Hey, it's me, Vicki Marie. What do you think of my celestial background? Let me know what you think. I'm just experimenting. So, yeah, let me know. Do you like it, or shall I just go back to my normal background? I can put any back. I've just realised I can actually put any background up, but I don't have a green screen, so it might be a little bit patchy, etc. But I like it. It feels sort of celestial. I feel like I'm in the clouds, it's quite nice. Okay, so tonight what we will be doing, hopefully, because as far as I know, JLR Investigates is not live at the moment, so I expect, you like it, Shelley? I expect he's wandering around trying to find what's going on, or I can't do a New York accent, unfortunately. I love his accent. What's going on? No, I can't do it. But he's probably going around looking to see what is going on, because he's not live at the moment, and I'm sure he'll be live as soon as he can be. So while we're waiting for him to become live, I can go through a couple of things. If anybody hears that he's gone live while we're on here, while I'm waffling on about something else, let me know. So, okay. So I want to thank everyone, as usual, for subscribing, for being members. Lots of extra members this week, lots of extra subscribers. So, because I've got to always be aware that new people are watching all the time who might not know much about me and my channel. On my channel, we sort of look at quite a lot of different things. But also in my other life, I am a Spanish teacher, and I just want to show you my books while we're waiting for any news on JLR. So, okay, so on any Amazon site, if you're interested in learning Spanish, my other life is I am a Spanish teacher. These are my books to learn Spanish. They're available on any Amazon site all over the world. Break the Language Barrier Level 1. There's some little dual language storybooks. Break the Language Barrier Levels 1 to 5. So whatever level of Spanish you're at, there's a book for you. Anyway, the other thing that's available on Amazon is my book that tells about how I ended up living in Spain, because I live in Spain, how I ended up here, becoming a Spanish teacher, and, some other sort of events. If you're interested in knowing a bit more about me, Confessions of a Spanish Teacher, which is also available on any Amazon site. So, as far as my channel is concerned, as I say, I want to thank everyone for watching, subscribing, sharing, liking. Don't forget to like the video if you don't mind. That's a free way you can support me. Subscribing is a free way you can support my channel. If you want to go a little bit further, you can become a member. Membership is only €1.99 a month, and it's cancelable any time. We have a members live once a week in the evenings. It has been on a Tuesday, but I think I'm going to change it to Thursday evenings. Even if you can't make the lives, you can always catch up, because the live members videos are always left up on the members section unedited. Sometimes I release them to the public, but I always edit them, because on the members section we can be a little bit more free, can't we, about what we say, what the photos that we look at, etc. So what's that? Oh, so the other things is you can buy me a Ko-fi. You can send me a super. I want to thank everybody who's done that. I just really, really appreciate every contribution to my channel. And as always, even my trolley dollies, even my trolls, thank you so much for helping my channel grow. Okay, so now I've got that out of the way, all the housekeeping, I'm going to say hello to everybody. And as always, I have to go really quite high up on the chat. Oh, and cheers. So People like to know what I'm drinking. It's rosé wine tonight. So hi Chumba, hi Rose Petal, hi Eleanor. Yes, we can see. We can always see you. Actually, when we can see you. Well, we can't see you. We can see your messages. Hi Shelley. Any news? You know, I've been going on and off. I think he's struggling at the moment to know where else to go. Anyway, we're going to talk about the whole thing in a moment. Eleanor, we can see you. We can see you. Shelley's having a cup of tea or a glass of iced tea. Yes, you can be seen, Eleanor. Chumba's watching you, Eleanor. Shelley, we can all see you. We can all see you. Desi, hi Desi, hi David. Hope Mrs. David's okay. Rose Petal. Chumba's eating Chinese food. Oh, don't make me hungry. Right, you're all chatting. That's good. Rio, hi Rio. Yeah, do you like this? I mean, this is a genuine sunset from where I live. They're always lovely sunsets. And it's just a photo, you know, I can put any photo I've worked out. Hi Angela, thank you for being here. Hi Princess. Oh, there's a press conference coming up. But Shelley is not live at the moment, is he? I don't think. I'm going to go back onto his channel in a minute. I don't think he is live at the moment. Hi, Tina. Rio, yes, please don't forget my review on Amazon. It does help. It does help to do a review. Thank you. When you get time. I know you're a very busy girl, aren't you? So people are liking the background. Oh, that's good. It means I don't have to tidy up now, do I? Don't have to tidy up. I can just put a background up. Hi, Rennie. Stuart's having chilled carver and a bikini sandwich. Carver. No, I've got to get some carver at the weekend. I can't remember the last time I had carver. Oh, even David likes the background. No, Angela, we know he hasn't been caught yet, but they don't even seem to have, you know, like they've been looking, haven't they? And there've been areas where they're looking. It's, where is he? And not only where is he, but where is Rachel Morin's killer as well? He's another one, isn't he? That's elusive. These people, you know, you think in this day and age of CCTV, of social media, etc., you think it'd be harder, wouldn't you, to hide? Really, not easier. Oops, Stuart, Angela. Yes, hit the like if you don't mind. If you're either when you come in or when you come out. Eleanor, I live in a village. I'm not far from the beach. I'm not on the beach. I'm about 20 minutes from a beach. But we still get nice sunrises and sunsets in the campo. Oh, good. I'm glad it. Oh, right. Well, we'll stick with this then. I'll experiment with a few backgrounds. Okay, so Remy's going to have a hot chocolate and marshmallow. So yeah, so all these two men, very dangerous men. I mean, this man, Danelo, he's what we call in the UK a little titch, isn't he? He's only about 5 foot tall. He's just a tiny guy, but he is so elusive. So he's, you know, he's like a little fox, isn't he, or whatever. You just see, how is he? You know, all the people that are out looking for him, and the CCTV. You know, they've had the CCTV of him. They've seen him, so they know the areas that he's been in. But he's obviously must be getting some help because he just keeps getting out, doesn't he? he just keeps escaping or getting through the perimeter or whatever. And my worry is, because they think he's been going into people's houses, obviously, I mean, he's obviously eating something, he's managed to shave himself, so he's managed to change his appearance. And the doorbell cam that we've seen of him outside someone's house. Imagine if you got up in the morning and you check your door cam, and there's his face looking at you. Very scary. Got wings. Oh, it looks like wings, doesn't it? I could probably do a wings one. Yeah. Okay, well, let's have a look at, because actually we're going to look at JLR's channel and just see if he's doing a live or anything. I have looked a few times. He's probably waiting. I just hope, for his sake, because he deserves it, because of what he's been doing. He's been like working non-stop on this case, and I know he said his thing is not sitting behind a computer. He likes to be out and about. That's what he likes. But even he, I think, he must have found the pressure of this, the hours that he's put in. And, I bet he's dying to sleep in his own bed at some point. And everybody just wants a resolution to this. And although Danelo is a murderer, I mean, we mustn't forget he is a murderer. He's murdered 2 people. So he's not on the run, because of, I don't know, shoplifting or whatever. I mean, he's a seriously damaged guy who has murdered his ex-girlfriend. And I think he's murdered in Brazil, but I'm not sure who he murdered there. So, he's a bad guy. He's not a good guy. And it may well be that he ends up getting shot at some point. I think at the moment, the police would probably just want to see him and shoot him and just get it over with. And, obviously I don't, any death is a tragedy. But, you're struggling to feel sympathy for this guy because of what he's done, and now his roommate was talking earlier. While we're waiting, if you see that he's actually gone live, I mean, I'm here now on his channel. He's not live at the moment. I'm on his live thing. Oh, so something I wanted to do just to let you see. Now, some of you, sometimes you say to me, we don't get notifications. Now, the reason you wouldn't get notifications of new videos or lives or whatever, you have to press the bell. So just let me make sure that you're seeing that. Yes, you are seeing it. That's right, Shelley. He murdered his ex in front of her children. He's not, he's not a nice man. So really, you shouldn't feel any sympathy for him. So listen, if you want to know why you don't get notifications sometimes, what you've got to do is go on my channel, like I'm on Jonathan Lee Rich's Investigates channel. So obviously I've subscribed, I've pressed the subscribe, but also you have to press the bell next to the subscribed, and it will say either all, personalized, none, or unsubscribe. Well, I don't want to unsubscribe. I've got it set on all. If you want notifications, now some people don't like too many notifications because it's just like boom, boom, boom. Especially with someone like JLR. I've turned off notifications before with JLR because he does so many lives sometimes if I'm working or whatever, because it distracts me. I'm like, oh, there's another live from JLR. It's like can be distracting. But obviously at the moment I've got him on all notifications because I do want to see his notifications. I don't want to miss any. So I'm on all notifications. If you want to stay subscribed but you don't want notifications, you just want to look when you feel like it, you press none. And that means if I left that like that, I just would never get notifications. I'd still subscribed, but I won't get notifications when he puts a new video out. Well, I don't want that, so I'm going to go for all at the moment. So do you see what I mean? So those of you who are out there that sometimes say, oh, I didn't get notification for this. That's why you've got to be for all. Because if you do personalized, for example, you just get notifications that YouTube think you might be interested in. So you have to make sure you're on all, and then every time a new video comes out or a new live or whatever it is, you will be notified. Okay, so just to let you know about that. Right, I'm just going back to the chat a minute just to make sure I haven't missed anyone. Oh. I thought I noticed somebody there that came in. So Angela's saying there are not many cameras near the farmland. He went into a house and got food. Oh, and maybe some knives. That's a scary thought, isn't it, Angela, that he's got knives. So they think he might have a phone now. So that makes it complicated because, you know, is he looking, you know, like we are? Is he on the social media looking at different YouTube channels, etc.? Yes, I am an angel. I am an angel. Yeah. Well, he did have, you know, very, very scary, Eleanor, to see him on your door cam. And that's it. I hope he's there as well, Rio, because he deserves to be there. He's put a lot of work into this, Jonathan Lee Riches, and he deserves to be there when Danelo is finally caught, however it is. Well, we're going to, while we're waiting for him to go live or for the press conference, we will oh, he's live now, is he? Right, let's have a look. Let's see. Oh, come on.
Technical difficulty on their end, folks, I was told.
Law enforcement officers in or around that perimeter, but now we're going to prepare for the long game. And the long game is what we do best. The U.S. Marshal Service, like the Colonel said, does fugitive investigations every day. This is a manhunt. And all that means to us is that it's a longer fugitive investigation with more resources. So we are prepared. Cavalcante playing more game now? I'm sorry? Is Cavalcante playing more game now? Cavalcante is now, I think the advantage is switched to law enforcement. Before it was Cavalcante while he was playing that tactical hide and seek in the woods. Now I believe it's advantage law enforcement because he's in an urban setting. And that's what our investigators do best, U.S. Marshal Service investigators. And we're force multiplied here by these other federal, state, and local agencies.
He's in an urban setting.
The advantage has switched to law enforcement.
Huh?
Well, there's a lot of different investigative techniques. I don't want to specify exactly what they are. But we're going to do the same thing we do every day in the city of Philadelphia. We're going to go out. We're going to talk to people. We're going to utilize the assets of the U.S. Marshal Service, certain investigative techniques that I don't want to reveal. But we're going to
express how grateful we are. Now, I've just moved off his because I think this is the live press conference.
Here in the Hemisphere region. For the people that live here locally, can you give us any insight into where he was hiding specifically overnight, with any evidence of anywhere he might have slept one of these nights? Has that been going on prior to later that?
No, there's really not anything I can disclose now.
From Lakeland to Netno, it seems to have gone west about 11 miles. If you're behind the wheel, as you point out, so he literally ran out of gas. So where, as you try to kind of make up for any ground loss, where do you think he was going if he was going west?
Well, again, I think he's looking for assistance, and I think he had a reason to do that.
Where would be his next stop? If he not,
Well, I'm not going to go any further than that, but I think that's a strong motivator for someone.
Quick question about the church. It was on Bonnie Gray Road. There were people who said they saw a white van and another car. A lot of people maybe investigate that.
We have investigated Bonnie Gray. I didn't realize that's the church that you were talking about. There was an incident at Bonnie Gray.
So that was that a confirmed or
Yes.
sighting?
Yes, just it didn't fall, at least the aspect that I saw.
Okay. Was there another car involved with that? People had said that there was a white van pulling out with another car involved.
Prior to him going green still, wasn't actually north.
Right, I don't know if you can hear that very well, so I'm going back to. I'm going back to JLR because I don't think that was a very good
Because I've
screen.
been in the inside of that perimeter. I was there with our investigators. There's a massive tunnel system. There's a lot of ravines. It's very, very thick vegetation there. It was a very, very difficult environment to maintain.
Sir, you're calling this the long game. Some people might think that means you don't expect to catch him soon. Is that the case?
No, I mean, we expect to catch him as soon as possible, but we're not going to put all our ducks in a row and say, hey, we're going to have him by this Thursday. We're going to plan for a long investigation because we don't want to get caught planning for an immediate arrest and then we're not prepared later down the line.
Sir, given that he's very close to potentially French Creek Park, another vast area, are you also concentrating more solely on nature, where he was successfully able to hide in the southern Chester County area versus, where 202 and other routes, there's cameras everywhere? That would be a way he's trying to remove a cell phone or a debit card. Do you think he's in the woods right now still? Is that his advantage?
Like the colonel said, we're investigating that area in East Nantmill. Until something suggests he's not in that area, we're going to continue to investigate there. I'd reiterate the message from the colonel to the public. Please be vigilant in the areas that we're searching. Make sure your doors are locked. Make sure your car keys are secured in your residence. Report anything suspicious to law enforcement. And if you have tips, call them in because we'd like to investigate 100 bad tips rather than miss that one good tip that's not called in. Not that we're aware of.
You talk about a protracted search. Another one that comes to mind would be Green nearly 10 years ago, went on for some days. What are some of the similarities and differences between these two searches?
That's a question probably better for the colonel.
Well, what I would tell you is every search has its challenges. Some of the similarities, large search area, very difficult to know exactly where he was. And I would tell you that almost 9 years ago to the day, you all were standing with me in that area up there. And some of these same questions were being posed. What makes us think we can catch him? He's a trained survivalist. And I would add that he had already shot 2 troopers at that point, and so it added another dimension to the whole thing. Some of those same challenges, some of those lessons learned from Freen have made us better as an agency, and we've taken those lessons and we adapt those here. There have been a number of searches between Freen and now. And again, we learn something from each one of those. We'll learn things from this search. In the end, collectively with partners, we will be successful and we will capture him.
I know that you have been continuing to say that you believe he's in Pennsylvania. Do you have any reason to believe that he's still in Chester County?
Good question.
Again, without information to the contrary, yes, I believe he's in Chester County. But with that said, we always consider other options. You know, the marshal just said that we've had plans all along, and he's exactly right. We collectively have been discussing right from the very beginning. What if? It's, when we can bring this group of experts that we've assembled here together, it makes for an amazing team. There are a lot of good ideas, a lot of planning for contingencies, and a lot of great resources that are put to work out there in the field every day. We're trying to use the talents of all of those people and make this a successful operation.
I've seen a lot of reports of citizens arming themselves, sort of driving around the perimeter, and sort of maybe helping. Have you been complaints or even made any arrests for inappropriately walking through the perimeter or other behavior inappropriately?
We have not made any arrests. We have received calls from others about some of those citizens. We've investigated again. We have not made any arrests. And I would ask again that people consider not doing that. They're interfering in our investigation, potentially drawing resources away from the task at hand. We don't want an unfortunate incident to cause anyone to get hurt.
You tell your folks that they should not assume that because of his contact in different places that he's armed, that he's obviously dangerous from his history. But now he's likely to be a weapon somewhere.
We obviously have always treated him as being dangerous, and we have always treated him as potentially being armed. He's been carrying a pack. There's no way to know exactly what's in that pack or what he obtained early on in this investigation and search. And so we've always treated him as though he may be armed, and certainly with his history of being as dangerous as he is, having been charged with one homicide and now charged and convicted with a second, I think it's fair to say that he needs to be treated in that manner.
You have an interaction with him, right?
I'm sorry.
Do you plan to release the ring camera interaction anytime soon for us to review?
I've not made a decision on that. I will tell you that it's in Portuguese, so it's not something that's easily reviewed anyway. It needs to be completely translated. We have done that for investigative purposes, but again, as I said yesterday, for me, the focus was on getting these photographs out. They really are the thing that provides value. And you know, before we release full videos along with audio, we want to make sure that there's no impact on the investigation.
Yesterday, you talked about a full speed happening and doubling manpower and things of that nature. What's that full speed involved? You also talked about training 600 people. I know you said earlier you have 300 people. What happened with those numbers there?
Well, you're misunderstanding. So what I was talking about was an operation that had been planned over the weekend to begin this morning and was to sweep the entire secured perimeter of Longwood Gardens and the surrounding property within that perimeter. And so we had planned a very large operation in order to try and make sure we thoroughly searched those grounds. That was what I was talking about with those very large numbers. You know, the marshal mentioned, and I've alluded to them before, about the challenges in there. It is a unique place to search and really takes a lot of resources. You know, when some of those sightings occurred in there, we had skilled tactical teams in there from multiple agencies. And even then, it was problematic to try and capture him or to find him again once a brief sighting occurred. The cover was that dense and just a multitude of places to hide.
People living in that area still need to be on guard in Tennis Square. They still need to be checking their surveillance and locking their doors. Are you afraid he's going to go back to Long Gardens?
I'm not afraid. What I am suggesting is that people should be vigilant. And I can't say that only people within some 1 square mile area someplace should be the only ones to be vigilant. As we saw, someone near the perimeter had a problem and left their vehicle unsecured with keys in it. That posed a problem. And so what I'm asking is that anyone, certainly in a very, you know, it's a good practice anytime. They shouldn't be leaving their keys in the car. I'm just asking people to double down and be especially vigilant and make sure that they aren't doing things like that, particularly now when we're involved in this manhunt. So when I said there's no specific containment area, you saw at Longwood and in some other areas around here, a very specific border that was formed by law enforcement so that we could search within that border. What I'm saying is that I have not formed a similar border, a physical presence to contain an area. We are, however, still conducting searches without identifying and securing a very specific area. We're conducting searches of some large areas of ground using some of those same tactical teams and other resources.
Do you have any idea? Agency picked her up, where she initially picked up, and just to clarify, you said that you reached your.
It's them. It's their technical
She
difficulties.
may help him again. Did she attempt to help him prior to being picked up?
I'm not going to discuss what she did with regard to helping him or not. What I can tell you is that she is in the custody of federal authorities, ICE, and we have no involvement in that, and so I don't have a lot of other information.
You guys did not pick her up initially.
You know, I don't know specifically how that played out. I just know that there was a discussion and here that that proceeding could take place. I don't know who worked with ICE to get that done. Well, again, I'm not going to talk specific tactics. We will use all available tools, and we are seeking the cooperation of any and everyone in order to bring this to a safe, successful resolution.
What was he asking for specifically in regards to?
What I'm going to say is, generally speaking, he was focused in the message about trying to meet with these individuals. As I said, they were not home. And so he was trying to arrange a meeting and to make sure that that would occur without anyone else present. There were some other that I'm not going to go into, but that was really his focus. Was he was trying to make contact and he was trying to solicit help.
In terms of location you wanted to meet at?
There was not a specific location identified. There were a couple of places talked about, but ultimately there was no agreement to meet.
In terms of canine support, we've seen some wonderful German Shepherd officers. Have you brought in bloodhounds?
We have. We've utilized a variety of canine types. And again, I rely on the expertise of our various canine officers to tell me what it is they need and what other resources they need. And we've acted on that as needed.
Do you have any idea why he's heading from Phoenixville area to East Mansfield Township and what his next move could be?
We have some theories about why that occurred, but again, until he's captured and interviewed, we won't know that for sure.
What was the tone of that message? Did it seem urgent? Did it seem confident? Did it seem arrogant? That one photo that everyone looks at seems like there's a smirk on his face. Can you give us a sense of what that message sounds like?
I would characterize it as urgent but friendly. It was someone he clearly had not spoken to in some period of time, and so there was a reacquaintance and an effort to get assistance. I don't know.
So there's been a little confusion on the profile camera. So when he arrives, he speaks into it.
Yes.
Those people whose home that is, did they have a conversation with him? Is it just he leaves a message in the ring camera?
They have a conversation.
They spoke back to him?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us what they said to him?
Well, again, I characterize it generally as a reacquaintance and a discussion about trying to meet and to get some assistance.
And then they didn't tell you about it until several hours after that?
It was reported to the local police, and then the local police investigated. And ultimately, what I'm saying is I was not part of that, but there was a couple of hour period of time there where we became aware of it.
I talked to the people in that house. I talked to a family member of the people in that house. They say that they reported their conversation to police immediately. Is that true? Is that what explains that today?
I have no reason to doubt their account. I'm simply reporting to you the pieces that I have control or have knowledge of, and that is that we did not receive that information until about 12:30 that night. What steps the police department took to investigate that, whether there was, and I'm only speculating now, whether there was an issue or a concern because it was not in English, it was in Portuguese. I have not personally spoken to the officers. I know our investigators have. What I can tell you is that period of time lapsed before we became involved and became aware.
It's clear that he reached out to former co-workers, having made a list of other people he's worked with or had relationships with in order to contact them. So this is not cooperating.
Certainly, any possible associates, family members, all of that are part of our ongoing investigation. The marshal alluded to the fact that there is a very thorough investigation. Much of that, if not all, was known even while we were working on the containment and capture model, again, as a contingency, should it be necessary.
Any chance today you'll be able to share, do you work in the mushroom houses here in Chester County or in a question farm? You seem somewhat familiar with the farms throughout the county here a bit. Any insight you can share in terms of where he was working in Chester?
I've read pretty significant history on him, but I'm not prepared today to stand here and talk to you about all that work history. He's been here for some time. He does have some varied experience, but again, I'm not prepared to. Well, as I've indicated, I don't know the circumstances of why that wasn't reported. Our investigators have looked into it. There was certainly, we're not looking at did somebody engage in misconduct or anything like that. And so those are the circumstances we're facing. And so the best I can do is what I've done all along
It's frozen again
is to ask
on their part.
whether it's law enforcement, whether it's the public, or any other agency that might come in contact with anyone that would that would possess some information. Please get that information to us very quickly. That's the best we can do. We need people to cooperate, and that's what we're asking for.
Timeline of escape, they realized 2 hours later, the stolen van was decided on the range to move the timeline.
Well, I don't have a timeline as far as he escaped. What we know is that that at some point that evening, that van was parked late afternoon, 4:30, 4:45 was the last time that the owner saw that vehicle. What I can tell you is that we know that at some point that night, we now know, and again, without the times here in front of me, at 9 something and around 10 o'clock or so, 2 different contacts occurred in East Pikeland and in Phoenixville. Those contacts were ultimately reported to law enforcement. We were made aware of those at around 12:30 that night into the next morning. We still did not know about the stolen van at that point. Based on all of the information we gathered from those 2 contacts, we started looking for the potential for a stolen vehicle using a number of pieces of information. Our investigators were able to conclude what type of a vehicle it might be, and we sought out owners of those vehicles kind of in close proximity to where we were. And with that, we identified the owner of the vehicle, and they reported it stolen at that time. That all played out until 5 o'clock in the morning. And again, I know we've talked about specific times. I'm just speaking
5 o'clock a.m.
memory in the ballpark.
Believe that while he had the stolen van, he made contact with the ring camera and another contact.
Yes.
Has the government of Brazil sent anyone here to work with law enforcement on the ground in Chester County? Or has the government appointed a point person from law enforcement in Brazil to answer your questions on call 24/7?
The short answer is there is not a contact from the government of Brazil here. We do have, as a result of the prosecution that was done, the district attorney's office possessed really, I think, the information we needed in terms of his background and experiences, and we've been able to utilize that information. Well, there's a whole array of technology that's being utilized. Again, I'm not going to go into the specifics of that. That puts us at a disadvantage when we explain everything we're doing, what the capabilities of that are. And so what I would tell you is that any available, reasonable resource is being brought to bear from not only the state police, but from the marshals, from the FBI, from the county, from any agency that possesses it. The expertise, the technology, the investigative experiences are all being brought to bear on this. That will, when we finally conclude this investigation, we'll be able to speak more to any co-conspirators or anything. Right now, I'm not prepared to discuss that. We've made no arrests, filed no charges in that, and so it would be premature of us to address anything like that now.
Hundreds of law enforcement personnel out there with dogs and and some people are asking, why draw the line at 200? Why not just flood the zone and appeal to as many out-of-state resources as possible and get more people on the ground? What's stopping you from doing it?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, no, I don't look at social media comments ever. Secondly, in terms of the number of people, would it satisfy them if I put 1,000? Would it satisfy them if I put 2,000 or 3,000 or 10,000? I suspect that those who criticize without the experience and the knowledge of the specifics in the investigation would not be satisfied regardless of what we did. what I can assure the citizens, the residents of these communities.
It's doing this on their end, not our end, folks. Just bear with us.
Are that
I don't know why it keeps doing this to them. Whoever set this up needs to fix and correct it. He is speaking,
we're
but
doing everything possible, everything reasonable, and utilizing all available resources. If we needed 1,000 people, we would do it. Somebody mentioned freeing earlier. There were days there I had 1,000 law enforcement officers or more on any given operating period up there. If we needed that, we would have it. I don't have the type of information that I would need to make the best use of all of those people. And to flood an area with unnecessary resources would interfere with people going about their daily lives. And so we're trying to find that balance of being as least intrusive as possible, while at the same time ensuring we've got every single resource we need to successfully conduct this investigation.
On the investigation for those earlier home break-ins within the Long Garden property, have you been able to confirm whether or not
conclusive evidence to suggest that that he was responsible for any one of those burglaries? That's not to say that he couldn't have been. I'm saying I don't have a fingerprint. I don't have DNA to say that he was the person who did the sort of break-in. I'll let that to others to look at that and draw their own conclusion. What I would say is, if someone is thinking about offering assistance and acts on that, we will take whatever actions are appropriate based on what they've done. We have no information to suggest that at all. I will that again, without going into a lot of theory of investigation. I believe that his actions show he's desperate. I believe that there was an opportunity to escape. I don't believe there was a lot of planning that went into that, and now he finds himself on the run. I think he is desperate. The fact that he has reached out to people with a very distant past connection tells me he doesn't have a great network of support. So I think he's desperate, and I've characterized him as that all along. And I think the longer we push him, the more resources, the more tools we bring to bear, we will ultimately capture him.
yeah, it keeps buffering on their end. Interesting.
He doesn't have what he needs.
What do you guys think?
I'm not.
I'm out here at the scene in East Nantmeal Township.
Specifically about pieces of information that we may have gleaned. What I would say is that what I've already said, and that is that we will continue to search in that area. The fact is, let's suppose for a moment I was to tell you he fled to the east. There's nothing to suggest that 100 yards into the wood he didn't then turn north. And so we will follow.
Says this video has ended. This video has ended. That's what it says. The video has ended, folks. So, what do you think? What have you gathered and learned from that press conference? Video has ended. They ended it early. They had technical difficulties, kind of like the reminder of what has been going on with this case. I'm JLR Investigates. I am out in the scene, same location that I've been out at all day. Well, actually, I took a trip over to Phoenixville earlier to the sister's last two known addresses of the sister. No one is there. I knocked on the door. Now, let's go back to what he said. PSP Bivens said in reference to in reference to Danelo knocking on that acquaintance trailer at Bonnie Bray, at Bonnie Bray, 8 Bonnie Bray. Before this press conference, I went there. I went to the house, and I talked to probably most likely the same person that Danelo was talking to through the ring camera. I went and knocked on the trailer. Like I said before we started this, when we see those images of Danelo at the ring camera images, and people were thinking he was holding some beer, like a case of beer, blue. I can confirm with you it is bleach, because it is there. It's still there next to the door. I filmed it, I documented it, and I'll share the video later on today. But I went and I knocked on the door, wanted to see what's up. Dun, 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 dun. Waited, stepped back a minute. Then the ring cam on his trailer began speaking to me. Who are you? I do not want to talk. Get off my property. Okay, no problem. JLR investigates. All right. Have a great day. No problem. You know, guy doesn't want me on his property, but it doesn't hurt to ask, because, you know, there's a possibility he could come out and say what's up, or spill the beans, spill the tea, give some juicy details to us so we can understand what really happened. He spoke English. Where Bivens said, you know, the conversation with the ring that was recorded was in Portuguese. So it was him. It was a male. I can tell it had a Hispanic accent to the guy. So I went to that location, and then I got wind that at this location here, now I don't know if I should have stayed or what, but I don't know where they are, but there is a large, and you heard him at his press conference saying, really the search that they're doing really right now, the only search, they're doing it all over the place, but the only visible searches is in East Nantmeal Township. And that's exactly where I am. Right down the street is right down over the bottom of the hill here is the Methodist Church. And there is a large presence of military law enforcement in fatigues and the K9 units, and they're out and about. They're out and about right now. It's kind of like I guess at one point the news chopper was overhead for the last hour. They have since gone. They're out and about. I would say it was a total of about maybe 15 vehicles, maybe. Backed in. There's a cemetery there. It's interesting though, because before I went to Phoenixville, which is about 25 miles to the east of here, to go to the sister's house and back to Bonnie Bray, I was at the Wawa, and I posted on Twitter. The SWAT was getting their meals at the Wawa, so I should have known that the SWAT was going to come here or come near here to do some sort of operation, because one looked like a giant tank, or like a Hummer's, between a Hummer and a tank, just one of those big giant camouflaged things. Or that was, you know, brown or whatnot, but they all had camouflage on them. They were all in Wawa getting sandwiches and Wawa hoagies before they go out there and trek. Got to carb up, because these woods up here, look, those SWAT and those people, they got to carb up, because these woods around here, it's very treacherous, very hilly, and you need energy. All around here, and it looks like some rain is coming through. How are you? Hey, nice to see you. Come on out. Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you. So you know who that is? That is Danelo's roommate right there. That's Franco. His name is Franco. So we're gonna talk to Franco when he comes back over here. He stayed, and Franco's a good dude. Franco's a very nice guy. He was the one with the Nirvana shirt. He just said JLR. He probably likes the video that I posted about him today. But let's get him back. So get your questions ready, folks. Get your questions ready, because he has a friend. And when he comes back, we're going to pick his brain. We're going to ask him someone. And it's not the same. And here's the thing is that people are wondering, because they know his name is Franco. Was he the Franco, the sister's boyfriend that testified against Danelo? It's not the same one. He's a total different thing. Yeah, he is the roommate. He was the roommate up to a day before the MUR DERs happened. They lived together in a house. He wants this guy captured. He's out here out and about, man. This is a former roommate, so hopefully he'll come over, and maybe he'll share. But he's out and about, so we'll wait for him to come back. Hopefully he comes back. Maybe he won't because he knows I'm live streaming. But he's been watching the JLR channel when it comes. His name is Franco. Franco, nice guy. Franco's a nice guy. Somebody said, JLR, look at the scanner. So what's going on? Where are some searches? Chester Springs Road. Interesting with Chester Springs Road because that's the direction I came from. As I was coming here from Phoenixville, I went, oh, there goes a Chester County Sheriff right there. As I came here, right, I seen a bunch of troopers going towards Phoenixville from this locate from west to east. I don't know where they came from, assuming they came from Route 100. So I don't know what's going on over there. I heard that they were looking at a porta potty earlier over there. Is it still going on? Is it still going on? Is the search going on? But look, imagine that's where his van right there. That's where his van was left. His van was left right there. So you get out of the van, folks. You're getting out of the van. Where are you going at this point? Or is there an awaiting car that's waiting? And then you ride off into the sunset? He might be coming back. Franco might be coming back with his friend. So let's hope Franco comes back with his friend. I see a truck coming back. We'll see if it's Franco. If Franco comes back. Franco is back. Franco is back. Hi, Franco. Hey, you got a cool truck. Love the truck. You're doing it style. What's going on, guys? How are you? Yeah, I'm live. How are you?
Bruce.
Bruce, how are you?
I'm good,
Franco said you were coming out. What's the goal?
I was watching you with him to my YouTube 10 today.
Franco was all over.
Yeah.
You got my interview with Action
Yeah,
News.
that's what I told you. That's how I got here.
There we go. We're back. We're back. I thought I lost my stream. So what's the goal today, guys?
Like I said, I came here shooting for my friend, and
guys.
Like I said, I came here shooting for my friend, and there's not. I don't think there's much we can do here today, to be honest.
So he just gave a press conference, PSP, and they were like, "There are areas here. They really have no other searches."
This event here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them. They're down there at the church.
Yeah.
So they're all in there somewhere. So I don't know where.
I think he's not here anymore.
You don't think so?
The van was foi para distrair, como se diz? I think he used the van to distract, you know, okay, they're gonna search him because the van was here, but he maybe went somewhere else. I just saw something about Pottstown. I think it was seen in Pottstown.
Really?
Which is like 20 minutes from here. But
Pottstown.
Yeah, it's about 20 minutes from here.
So other people on the feed are saying Chester Springs, Chester Springs.
Yeah, Chester Springs is kind of close to Pottstown.
Can you guys see okay?
No, Chester Springs is here.
Oh, yeah.
Chester Springs is like 10 minutes from here.
Oh, we got some thunder.
Again.
We got some thunder. Can you guys hear? See okay? Here, buffering. Can you guys at least hear?
The connection is not so good here.
Yeah, it's not so good. Doesn't look good. Yes. Okay. We could see okay. So again, we cut off again. Your goal was that help or?
Yeah, like I don't know if your followers saw. I was giving some interviews yesterday. When I found out that he killed his ex, because he moved from my house on Saturday. He moved to another house on Saturday to Sunday. And then on Sunday when I went back home, everything was gone. And then I was hanging out at home watching Netflix, and then someone called me, "Hey, did you hear what Danilo did?" I was like, "No, I was really expecting to be like he hit someone by accident on the car, drove, and had a car accident or something." And then no, he just killed his ex. I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "I need to hang up. Let me call the police right now because he just left my house yesterday. I want to make sure I'm safe. I want to make sure he's not here." Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Checking my trail cameras over there.
You got trail cameras? Did nothing out there?
I wasn't getting pictures the last day or so.
Where do you live?
You guys were at my apartment yesterday, Mark.
Oh, okay.
Right there next to the road.
Yeah.
My kid was
Yeah.
I grew up right over here.
So nothing odd on trail cams.
I don't have anything right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, you too.
You too.
So let me ask you, like, he like stabbed his girlfriend. Like, was it over her possibly snitching him out? That's what people say, saying, "Hey, I'm going to tell what happened." You know,
We have a lot of friends in common. You know, we
Yeah.
have a lot of friends in common. That's how I met him. I didn't know him before, and that's how I got him to my house because my friends tell me, "Hey, he's a cool guy. He's a hard worker. He's done with his girlfriend. They're not together anymore." So I heard that I'm not sure. Like that's what I heard, that she was blackmailing him. Like, hey, I know you're wanted in Brazil. If you don't give me money or something, I'm gonna call the police and tell you're wanted. I think he gave her a car.
He gave her a car,
Like a Civic, like a cheap Civic.
Yeah.
And that's what I heard. You know, like I didn't talk to him about this stuff. So yeah, so I think he like. What people told me that she was blackmailing him. So,
did he have other girlfriends? Like, was he hooking up with other girls while he's with her?
Never brought anybody home.
Never.
No.
Interesting.
He was always, like I was telling on TV, like he was always working, working every day.
Do you know where construction he worked for? Where?
Flooring. He was doing flooring.
Flooring. He did flooring.
Yeah.
Like
he's
what?
A
Like
guy, but he's a little strong.
Well, he's an acrobatic.
Yeah.
You know where the flooring?
We never talk about that.
Yeah.
You know, I know he was doing a lot of schools, like what's the name? Basketball stuff. You know, like the court.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing a lot of that. He was not doing much residential. It was more like commercial and stuff.
Cool. What's your guys' goals today? What are you guys gonna do?
I came here to help my friend. He has his YouTube channel. I'm just trying to give him an interview, so you know maybe he'll be popular as you are.
You're the popular one.
Popular than me.
Nah.
I'm
We're
pretty popular in Brazil, okay, but in the United States, only the Brazilian people.
Yeah. Everybody's saying they can hear, but they can't see. We're just at a bad location. So now it's good for you because they can't see. They can hear, but they can. You don't mind now.
What I was trying to avoid the answer is like, because I got my business, you know, I don't want my client to think that I'm helping. Like, I saw some of your followers comments like, oh, he's probably helping. He seems odd. I have anxiety, you know. Yesterday, today I'm feeling good. I don't know if you can notice the difference. Today I'm feeling like more relaxed. Yesterday I was like, this is all new for me. How can I help? You know, I was really anxious. And sometimes when I'm so anxious, my English gets worse. I can't even understand myself.
Yeah.
You know, if I get that anxious. But I even remember, like, I was giving the interview to ABC, and they were like trying to record.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I don't mind. It's just like, you know.
Yeah.
It's new for me.
No, I get it, man. So you're gonna be out here like more times, or you just?
I was trying to see some police, you know. See if I spoke with the detective. I was like, talk to him if it's okay to give interview, if it's not gonna make it worse for them, like to like make it hard or something. Just because I want to help. Like I said, my goal is to help. I don't care about getting my 15 minutes of fame or something. I don't really care about that. I just want to help. So he said, no, it's all good. It's just you're going to be dealing with a lot of people, and that's true. Like, I spent the whole morning answering CNN, Chris Cuomo, everyone wants to do interviews.
You talk to Cuomo?
Not yet. They want me to be live tonight.
Oh, Cuomo. You might go on live, Cuomo.
Yeah.
News Nation.
Anderson Cooper, everyone.
Anderson Cooper want to talk to you now?
That's my dream.
Oh, I'm glad I got you. I'm glad I got you first. I'm glad I got you first.
Yeah. So, but that's not really my goal. Like I was saying.
Yeah.
I don't really care about. I'm not even giving my Instagram to get more followers. I don't want.
What is your Instagram?
I don't want people to be like bothering there.
Yeah.
Some people found it, but I don't care. Really, my goal is really to help. So the detective was asking if we need help today to talk in Portuguese. Can we call you? I was like, call me. I'll be there right away. You know.
Is that your drone?
No.
No, there's a drone up there. That's yours, isn't it?
No.
Look at the drone.
Is that the police again?
No, there's a drone up in the sky.
I see it right there.
See it? See the drone?
The Mavic.
We got a drone in the sky.
I have mine over here too. I was thinking about recording. Posso gravar uns vídeos com o drone se quiser.
Não dá, aí é normal.
I think I'm gonna fly my drone, get some videos.
I'll sit around and watch you. I'll sit around and watch you, Franco.
Yeah, if you hear anything, I'll let you know as well.
Yeah, please. We got each other's number.
Do you have Instagram?
No, but you called me.
Do I have your number?
I didn't call you back, but I will.
You have my number,
yeah, you
right?
called it. Yeah, Franco S.
Yeah.
So Frank.
Yeah, don't share my stuff.
Yeah. I got it. I got it. So yeah, I'll give you a call and we'll
Okay,
talk.
yeah.
Thanks,
Or
guy.
if you want to just text me, like I said, if I hear something, you can
Yeah.
let you know. Because I know, like, I want to say you're doing a really good job. Like,
I appreciate that.
I saw you doing everything yesterday. I met you at the wall as
Yeah.
well. Like, you're doing a great job.
Yesterday I was in Virginia. I live in Virginia. I was
Oh.
watching you on YouTube.
Awesome. Where do they
sent
find you?
me,
What you're gonna have the footage of the stuff. Where do they find you?
Because my YouTube channel is in Portuguese. Like, we found in the USA, but it's Achamos nos States. But in my Instagram, it's more easier. Like W Bruce SH. If you put just W Bruce, you're gonna see my beautiful face.
Awesome.
On Instagram. Just W Bruce, and you can find me. And there's a link on my bio. And I hope you guys have a great day.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Everybody's saying I'm buffering. Everybody's saying I'm buffering. See ya, Frank. See ya, W. Bruce. Guys. Yeah. So let me know what you think, guys. JLR investigates. That was the roommate of Danelo. Maybe I'll take him out to lunch. We should take him out to lunch. And then just have like a sit down, like at a better area, and we can just interview him. I'll buy him a steak. Hey, Franco, I'm going to take you out to lunch. I'm going to take you out to lunch in the next couple days. And we'll just have an interview, and I'll buy you lunch. You good? All right. I'll get a hold of you. Thank you. All right, guys. So that's a good idea, right? It's a good idea. No, he's not suspicious. I don't think he's suspicious at all. He's just a guy out here just following this case and he wants him apprehended. He wants him apprehended. So I'm going to buy Franco lunch. How about that? We'll get him something. I'll do it soon, and we'll get some, hopefully, spills the tea on Danelo. Go to Chester Springs Road. Yeah, so I'm going to look into what's going on at Chester Springs Road and be around. I am out in the scene. JLR investigates. You guys could hear. It might have been buffering at different points. Subscribe to my channel. Like, hit the notification button. We'll talk very, very soon. I'm out in the field. What's going to happen? When is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? Oh, look, towards lunch. Jackie Alba said towards lunch. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it, Jackie. Appreciate all you guys' support. And I'll keep you informed of what's going on. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right. See you later, guys. JLR investigates. Be back soon. Stay tuned.
Well, so what do you think about that? Oh my God. He takes his life in his hands, that guy. I mean, he's out there in the woods. And this guy, this double murderer, is on the run. And he's just out there in the woods. Like, now those two other guys have gone. He's there on his own in the middle of the woods with a double murderer on the run that could be anywhere, and he's just there. Ow. So, he's like, gosh, it takes a few chances, doesn't it? It does worry me a little bit, because you just think, well, he's there. God knows what he's got in his car. If that bloody little shit is there, he could have JLR, take his car, take his phone, take everything, whatever is in his car. If he's got a gun in his car or a knife or whatever, he could now, as he's come off the phone there, he could have jumped out of the bushes and attacked him. Where's the police? I don't know. I suppose, where do you draw a perimeter with someone like that now? I mean, how do they know he went from the last place? I mean, maybe they are tracking his phone. Oh, no, they can't be, because if they're tracking the phone, then they would know where he was. It's like a total, yeah. Oh, yeah, Shelley, I saw that. I started watching JLR with the Rachel Marin case. when we watched him interview Johnny Blackhawk, that's what he calls himself now. He wants everyone to come onto his Facebook, doesn't he? Johnny Blackhawk. He's been here with JLR. And that's how I found JLR's channel. But I saw that when the hurricane was coming and whatever, he was right out there, taking videos, showing everyone out, in the supermarket, showing how people were stocking up, showing how bad the roads were. And then it was lovely because afterwards he went back there and he found some cats that he'd been worried about that they'd survived the storm. So, it was really quite sweet. Yeah, Joe H, I should do a video on Roll Moat one day because, that was another thing. That was someone who was on the really dangerous guy that was on the run that had killed a few people, didn't he? So, and they found him in the woods. Yeah, that came to a sort of an unfortunate end, didn't it? But he submerged himself in the water when the choppers fly over. Gosh, but how do they know that? How do they know he submerged himself in the water when the choppers fly over? Yeah, that was it, Shelley. I saw it, the 5 Kitties. Yeah, I saw that. And that made me love him even more because he is lovely. Or he just, he's got a checkered history, JLR. I think that's how he endears himself to some of these people that he interviews that are a little bit dodgy, because they know he's got like a history and he seems to be able to put them at their ease. They sort of talk to him, maybe they see something in him, but I've got my dinner on actually. No, I'm just going to check it, make sure it's not burning. Be back in a sec. Hello, Daddy. Yeah, so gosh, I'm loving this background because I just sort of appear out of nowhere. Yeah. Oof. So it's he'll be looking for somewhere. He'll probably come back on later. I am going to go off in a minute because I've got to go and have something to eat, but it's been interesting watching, because it's interesting to watch it with other people, because I've been watching it. I know you all have been watching it, but it's nice to be able to talk about it at the same time. So what do we think of Franco and that other guy that he brought along with? Franco's been doing it. He's his ex-roommate. He's been doing interviews left, right and centre. Obviously, everybody wants to talk to him because he knew Danelo. He said he was a very unassuming, quiet guy. That's what he's been saying in interviews. So I don't know if you caught it then, because it was quite difficult to catch, but the JLR was trying to get to the bottom of why he had killed his ex-girlfriend. And apparently what they were saying, that she threatened to go to the police. Obviously, it's not a reason to do it. But that's what started, they had an argument because she threatened to go to the police for whatever reason. And that's how he ended up killing her. But he killed her in front of her children. Yeah, I'm a little bit suspicious of him as well, because it's fun, I think I expect the police are tracking him. I don't know, because at the end of the day, you'd want to track anybody that had any connection to him, wouldn't you? Just in case he turned up at their house or whatever. Let's see if we can find anything about him. Just see if I can find anything about him online. Yeah. So he says he was a quiet and shy guy, but he did say that he didn't want him to be free anymore. Let's have a look. So supposedly his former roommate Franco Rosa is there in East Nantmeal Township, telling reporters at the scene that he hoped to help law enforcement in any capacity that he could. And he lived with Cavalcante, Danelo Cavalcante, until the very day before he killed his former girlfriend, Deborah Brandeo, in April 2021. We should look, don't know much about the crime itself, to be honest. Anyway, he was a really quiet guy and a shy guy. He wouldn't start a conversation. But if you started a conversation with him, he would talk normally. He would sit down, have a beer or two. Sometimes at the weekends, we'd make barbecue. And Mr. Rosa said that his former roommate's escape had made him incredibly anxious, but he was hoping to help law enforcement. He said, I don't want him free anymore. It's just not me. He said, if I'm nervous, can you imagine how the ex-girlfriend's sister, who's taking care of the two kids, how she feels? They are super scared. My cousin has kids in school in Phoenixville. They're scared too. They've apparently they blasted a message from Cavalcante's mother speaking in Portuguese into his hiding place. But he has since, when he was in Longwood Gardens, but he's since fled the area and is believed to be more than 20 miles away now from the prison. How is he getting around? How is he getting food? How is he even changing his appearance? Because how did he become clean shaven? He's still got his green prison pants on. I'm going to share this actually, because you do see a picture of him. I mean, it just terrifies me. The thought of, if you've got door cam, like the doorbell cam, imagine waking up in the morning and then this is the face that's looking at you. You see that this guy is the guy everyone's looking for. He's been at your house, literally outside your door. That's a press conference that we listened to. Yeah. I mean, where's he got that from, that hoodie? So if he managed to get a hold of the hoodie, but he's still wearing the prison pants. Anyway. Yeah, I wasn't so keen on this sheriff. Don't know why. It didn't seem as calm as the other ones. God. I do think it must be difficult for the police in this day and age because everybody's there. Look, that's... Oh, gosh, sorry. I took that off before. I wanted to show you that. This was the van. Oh, gosh. Let's just go back a bit. Yeah, this was the van that they found that he just... they said it had run out of petrol and it was just dumped. And that was them towing it away. So, well, I mean, how far could he get on foot unless somebody picked him up? Maybe one of his mates, one of those two guys. Yeah, you're right. He's a bit lazy. He's not a good sheriff, is he? We've seen what I would consider. Having said that, with Rachel Marin, obviously they haven't caught that guy yet. He's another mystery, isn't he? He's another complete mystery. Where is he? Where is the guy who has murdered Rachel Marin. Where is he? Are they hiding together or whatever? I mean, it's, you know, very strange. Now, there was a little bit of news earlier, just changing the subject, but I will be making a video on it in the morning, I think, because Sarah Sharif, the children, her brothers and sisters, have been handed in or have been found by the, let me just find out, I saw it on Sky News earlier. Yes, because I was very worried about those children, those other children, because, you know, like, obviously Sarah wasn't safe, was she, with her parents? And there were 5 other children that they took off with them to Pakistan. So apparently, police in Pakistan now are saying that the 5 children are safe in their custody at a local police station, but the search is still ongoing for the parents, who they're hoping to locate. But the good news is that the other 5 children are okay, safe, and maybe by tomorrow there might be even more news on that. So the grandfather had them in his house all the time, yeah. Gosh. So anyway, so we'll just be sitting around, won't we, waiting for JLR, his next live, and I know he'll be back as soon as he's got some news. But okay, I'm going to go and have some dinner because I haven't eaten yet, and it is 20 past 9 here. I've got to start eating earlier, but, you know, I get sidetracked. Well, sometimes I don't finish work like tonight until 7, so it's difficult to eat earlier. But, you know, I've enjoyed this tonight because I would have watched him anyway, but it's nice to be online and chatting with other people about it. Other people that are interested, so we'll see if there's any further developments tonight. You never know, I might be back on yet. We'll see what happens, see how things go. Probably not, because then I'll probably eat and then I'll go to sleep, and then by the time I wake up, I tend to wake up early in the morning. But poor JLR, he'll be sleeping then, trying to get a bit of news, won't he? Hey, welcome, Shelley. I've quite enjoyed it. So now I think the members live, I think I'm going to do on Thursday. So I probably won't be for the members live tomorrow, or I might do one tomorrow and Thursday, but I'm going to be changing the members live to a Thursday, I think. I'll be glued to it. It's interesting. Yeah, I'll be glued to it too, Jean, but I've just got to make me dinner and eat. So we'll see after that. I'm trying to think what time I've got. I always wake up early in the morning, whatever. And if I miss anything tonight, because I will probably fall asleep, you know, I'll just be tired and I will fall asleep. But if I wake up in the early hours of the morning, I'll just catch up then. But yeah, thank you for being here. And remember to always live and love very carefully. This is Eleanor. Eleanor's popped up again. This is a really, gosh, I don't know how to explain it. I just can't believe how because this has been a couple of weeks that he's been on the run. So, you know, you know, he's a very resourceful man. I'll say that for him. Okay, so I'll see you very soon in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to press the like on the way out if you haven't already pressed it. And I'll see you really soon in the next video. Night, 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 night. Thank you.